Okay, so welcome to the Python tutorial part 2, and in this part we will discuss about boolean and if-else statement. So a boolean is just really true or false. It just has these two values, and because Python is case sensitive, you must define it with the uppercase T and uppercase F. Okay, and then a boolean will be returned if you use a comparison operator such as this one. So this will check if x equal y, and it will return true because x is 1 and y is 1. Okay, and then if x equal 2, it will return false because x is 1. And you can check with the not equal operator as well. If x not equal 1, then it will return false. And if x less than 2, for example, it will return true. Or you can use bigger than, or less than equal, or bigger than equal. Well, basically just some operators that you can use to compare things out. Okay, and what is the use? Well, you can use it with conjunction with the if-else statement. So right here we have a quite long if-else, right? Okay, so as you can see here, we got if, then a condition. We call this part a condition. So in this one, so let's see, if this condition is true, it will execute this part. Okay, so this part we call it a block. In Python, a block is marked with 4 spaces, indented. The indentation is 4 spaces or usually 1 tab, but let's just use 4 spaces. Okay, and this one is a block. We call this let's just call this the inner level 1 block. And then this one is another block, which is a part of this block. Okay, so this is another block, which is the inner block level 2. Okay, so every indentation, so every tab or every 4 spaces, it will bring to another block. So if this condition is true, it will execute this whole block, while if this condition is true, it will execute this block. Okay, and then if this condition is false, it will check the next condition, the elif statement. So elif is just a short term for else if. So it will check this, and if this is not true, it will check the next one, and so on. And until the last one is else. Basically, if nothing match, then it will execute the else block, which is print something else. Okay, so as you can see here, we got a duplicate statement, right? We have x equal 1, while the if above is also x equal 1. So this is the thing. If you use if and elif, once this condition is fulfilled, okay, the next one will not execute. So even though this is true, this will not execute because the previous one is already true. That's the difference between if you use elif like this and if you use another if. In this case, these two blocks will execute because it's not a chain if statements, but it's a totally different statement. So this one execute, but on this one, on the previous one, the if statement, it will execute both. Okay, so let's run through the code. If x equal 1, which is true, then it will execute this. So it will print 1, it will print this, and then it will check for y. If y equal 1, okay, y equal 1, then it will print y. And then we have a separate if, so it will execute this as well. If y equal to, it will print z. Okay, but here's the catch. This code is not efficient because if you use this if, separated if, while it's not really needed, the separated if, you can use elif, and this will be more efficient because once this part is true, it will not check for the second one, which is obviously if this part is true, then the second one must be false, right? So it's better to use elif for things like this rather than to separate if. Just a matter of efficiency. Okay, so this is for if statements. On the next part we will discuss about loops and collections. Okay, thanks for watching.